Hi guys, today we've got a light day in the garden. We're taking it a little slower and a little easier because we're gearing up for our late summer garden bed clean out. We've got a bunch of weeding, deadheading, cutting back to do. So I thought today, since it's beautiful out, it is so nice. We are in like the 60s, it is sunny, the humidity is low, and it is just beautiful out here. So there's a couple things that I want to do today. One, I picked up a bunch of annuals that I want to pot up in a container, and I know it is late summer, why are we doing it? But why not? I mean, it's just another pretty thing to look at. And then I want to walk you around the property a little bit and explain what we're going to be doing as far as projects this year and what we pushed back next year. The other day I stopped by our local nursery to say hi to a couple friends, and I ended up with all of these in my cart as well. So we're going to be working with some of these today. Aren't these just beautiful? I posted a similar picture on Instagram the other day when I got these, and oh my gosh, I love them all. So the back row is perennial grasses. We're not going to be messing with these today. I just picked them up for future projects, but oh, they're just so pretty. And I honestly, I don't know where I've been, but I've never seen this before. Proven Winners Prairie Winds Blue Paradise. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Ooh, I love the coloring. Blues and yellows and reds, and it looks beautiful in the sun. Look at that. And then we have our tried and true Desert Plains Pennisetum. If I can get it out of its little container. Here we are. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? And I love the little plumes up top. And it's just a very, very nice bright green. A little bit of chartreuse, but it also has a little bit of red in it too. So I think it's starting to turn its fall colors too. But oh, so pretty. And I want to get more grasses in our garden. But again, later projects. So let's get back to what we're working with today. We've got the mini famous Uno Yellow Super Bells from Monrovia, and these are just so pretty. A nice bright yellow. I picked up, I know, a couple of lavender mums, which I'm going to throw in there because why not? But you can see the color of them. They're just going to look so pretty against the yellow. I think they're sweet. And I purposely picked up mums that had buds on them but weren't in bloom, because once they're in bloom, they don't really ever keep or maintain that beautiful first bloom. So we have a show coming up, and then, I don't know, I may pull them and put something else in there or just leave them be. And then we have some beautiful pink Gara, which is going to be our centerpiece. So these were all clearanced, and of course, you know me, I can't pass up a deal, so we're potting them up. And we've got this 14-inch terracotta container that we're going to be potting them up in. I've got our slow release fertilizer in here. And yes, you can see 5 more of the terracotta containers that we planted up earlier. They went on super clearance. They were half the price of what I got them for the last time. So I was like, you know what? I have an idea for next year, you guys. So I just picked up all the rest. Okay, let's get these potted up, and then we'll walk around and I'll explain which projects we're doing this year and what we push back next year. You can see we've actually got 3 plants here. I could divide them into thirds. I think I might do that. All right guys, here it is. Doesn't it look so pretty and bright? Let's give you a 360 view of it all. I love it. I really, really love this Gaura. I think that's going to be like my main thing next year because it's just so pretty and light and wispy. And I kind of took the Super Bells and I kind of wove them in through the Gaura a little bit just so they weren't so floppy because they're kind of a little temperamental now that I divided them. But that with that, oh, it's looking so good. Love it. All right, let's go place this on the brick wall by the gate. There we are. I like it over here, especially right in front of the hanging basket, because now we can actually incorporate the purple in there too. And we've got Gaura in the hanging basket as well. So it all kind of marries together. Okay, I'll water those in a minute. Now let's walk around so I can explain to you guys what is going to be happening later this year and next year. So let's start in the backyard, back by the swale. So we're right at the edge of the butterfly garden and you can see the swale starts right here and it goes all the way down to the fence. You can kind of see that little swoop there. So everything from this back edge right here all the way down to the edge of the grass line there and back to the fence. We're going to remove all of the sod this year and just scrape it all up because this is the area that we have the issue with the lesser celandine. So I kind of want to get a jump on it before it comes up next year. So looking at it from the bottom of the swale, looking up, there's that line. We're going to get rid of all of the sod all the way over here. And then we're going to come in with landscape fabric and cover this entire area because I'm trying to smother out this weed without having to use chemicals. So we'll put a layer of landscape fabric down and then we'll add in some topsoil and mulch and then just let this whole area sit over the winter. And then that lesser celandine weed comes up late winter, early spring. So we'll just keep an eye on it. And if anything comes up, we can just chemically treat it. And in our area where this weed is deemed so invasive, we as residents, we're allowed to use a glyphosate-based weed killer or a broad spectrum weed killer to eradicate this thing. So once we have all the sod ripped up, the landscape fabric down, the topsoil and mulch in, then we'll just keep an eye on it, and anything that pops through the lawn, we can spot treat it because again, I don't really feel comfortable, but I kind of sort of have to do that. Otherwise, like I've said before, this thing will take over the entire lawn. So we have to get after it. So this is one of the main projects that we are focused on getting done this year because, as I've said before, this weed likes to pop up in late winter, early spring. So we want to kind of get this whole area prepped before the winter comes. So now let's walk on over to the vegetable garden and I'll explain to you project number 2. Doesn't it look good over here? I love this sweet potato tower. So over here, this is going to be pretty simple. All of the grass that's in between all of these beds and all of the grass that's behind it, I want to get rid of because it's becoming a pain in the butt to kind of mow it, especially when the beds are full, the zinnia patch is full. There's really not a lot of room to kind of get a lawnmower through here. So what I want to do from the edge of this brick walkway all the way over to the corner of the patio, I'm going to take an edger and edge maybe like an inch in front of each bed just to kind of create a nice defined line all the way over. And then what I want to do is I'm going to smother all of the grass. So Mo has been bringing home cardboard, so we're just going to lay a bunch of cardboard down and kill this grass. I initially thought about removing the sod, but because this is right against the house and it's already been professionally graded so water flows away from the house, I don't really want to mess with that. So I figure smothering it with cardboard is probably the least cost effective and the least amount of manual labor on us, because removing sod it's a lot of work because that grass is heavy and then all the dirt that comes up with it. Oof. No, thank you. So this will be my first time. This will be my first time trying the cardboard method. So I'm really excited to kind of see how it works out. So that's what I want to do here. And then over where the fig tree was, so where the fig tree was right now, it's just a bunch of wildflowers that we've seeded. So once all this is done blooming and died back, once the frost takes it, I think in this area here, I think I'm going to put in a couple more raised beds, not 3x4s. I'm thinking 2x3s because it's 10 feet from the edge of this bed to the wall. So if I space them 2 feet apart, 2-foot walkway, 2-foot bed, 2-foot walkway, 2-foot bed, 2-foot walkway, that's 10 feet. So it'll be nice and evenly spaced. And I think right over here in this corner, we want to bring in like another water spigot. So we'll see. That will be next year. So then now coming from the vegetable garden to the front yard, this bed right here, the bed right in front of our house where we have the limelight hydrangeas and the butterfly bushes and everything. And can we just stop and take a moment and look at this? Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. And everything is just jam-packed in here. Look at the lamb's ear. Oh my God. That thing is just a beast. But if you look underneath, ugh. Oh, that's a clean out waiting to happen. But everything in here, I'm really liking it. But what we're going to do here is right at the edge of this wall right here, we're going to remove the sod all the way around about 2 feet, all the way around to the driveway over here. So we'll get rid of 2 feet of grass over here. And then what I want to do is come in with green velvet boxwoods and create a nice little boxwood hedge all the way around to the gate, right over here. And then somewhere over here where the patio connects, let me show you. Where the patio ends over here, if we have boxwoods here, I think I want to get some flagstones or stepping stones and kind of create like a secret little shortcut from the gate to the front yard. What do you guys think? And yes, some of this will need to be moved. And you guys know I am no stranger to playing musical chairs with plants. I did it all last year. I have no problem with it. So now let's come back around to the gate, and I want to show you back again from the vegetable garden. Right along here, I would like to get some flagstones and create a walkway. But the thing is that we don't naturally go all the way to the end. We kind of veer to the right a little bit because we're usually going towards the truck. So what I'm thinking is getting some flagstones and putting them around here to the front walkway where it would lead to the center between the two red buds here. And then wherever the curve starts to come, we'll just remove the sod and create a bed that goes all the way out to here. So then we'll have this whole area to plant up. And then I'm thinking I could take the flagstones and take them all the way down and just follow the bed along the curve, or do I want to take the flagstones and cut through the bed and kind of make like a secret little walkway between everything that we plant up here? I'm not sure. I kind of like the little secret walkway, but again, our natural walking path is a curve. So I may just have the curve going here and then just plant this whole area up. So then you'll see the walkway coming around over here, but this whole area can be covered up. And then it'll go right back to the gate. but that'll also branch off into that secret walkway that we just talked about from the porch to the gate. So those are the projects that I would like to get done this year. Now, as far as projects for next year, here we go. So for next year's projects, we want to remove all the sod along the arborvitae hedge, and then right where the walkway starts to curve and go towards the patio, we're going to continue taking off straight and continue removing the sod and create just a giant bed and have it merge into the back of the swale. So the butterfly garden will in turn be just brought forward, so it'll be just one giant bed all the way over that we can plant a whole bunch of stuff on, and it'll connect to the bed that we did last year behind the swale, so it'll just be this whole new bed. And then right where it starts to curve, I would eventually like to put in some type of a pathway that would follow the natural curve of the bed and the slope of the backyard. But unfortunately, this whole project depends on where we put the shed, because that will determine the angle of the pathway and how I can connect the pathway to run along the shed without narrowing or necking down this area too much, and then continue the walkway all the way over to the gate over there, and it'll just continue on through the front yard. So it'll kind of be like from this gate and the gate on the other side, it'll kind of be like a U or like a half moon. But again, all of this depends on the size and the placement of the shed, because I don't really want to put any type of walkway. I don't want to cut into any beds or remove any sod until we actually get this structure in here. And it's going to go somewhere in the back corner over here, but I need to kind of see it. I need to physically see it in the space so I can determine, how big of a bed I'm going to cut, how wide are the pathways going to be, etc., etc. And it's a lot easier to do it when you have the bigger structures in here. So that whole thing is waiting until the shed is done. But in true dirt and dish fashion, I do have the path sort of mentally carved out in my head, but I also have something planned for this little back area behind the patio. So that'll be happening, I don't know. Will it be this year? Will it be next year? Stick around. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to take a little bit of time and explain to you guys all the projects that we are hoping to do this year and the ones that we've pushed off until next year. And I'm really happy to get that last container for the season potted up. Again, I know it's late in the season. I don't care. It will be good for another month or two, or actually a little less, because I checked the weather for our area for the next several weeks, and we're in the low 70s during the day and the low 50s. So kind of wonder what that's going to do to my cucumbers and stuff over there that we just planted. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.